So in this tutorial we will discuss the first exercises, which is to create a program if entered password via form. If it is correct, it will display as successful, else the password is incorrect. So we will create this program using the PHP. So how do we use PHP in our program? So first we need to um, start the Apache in our SAM control panel. So once we are done, we can now go to our um, directories and write the program. So first we will put this in this directory. Then it is just an example directory, and it is for today's date. So we are now in May 1, 2023. So we will now start with our program. So we need to write the HTML code. So what is this? Password checker activity. So once we are done with the HTML tag, so we could now check the output. So it is now outputting our HTML code, which is having the title of password checker activity. So next is we will need to display a form, since we need to create a program to check if the password is correct. So first we need to go to our Sublime or any text editor. Then we create the form. So we initialize it by using the form. Then for method post, okay, for method post for our PHP. Then action is set to none, because we will be doing it in the same page. Then we need to put the label. Then for username, or for password, I mean. Then enter your password. So here we ask the user to enter their password for us to check if they are putting the exact password or the correct password for us to check later. So next is we need to put the input for them to have the fields text, or we need to have the password. I think we need to have the text. Name is equals to password, and ID is equals to password. Then we need to have the submit button for us to get the button. Oops. Must be something there. So button type will submit and submit. So we are now done with our form. So we need to check if we are doing it correctly. So the form should display here in this side. So we can see that we have the enter your password label, then the input field. Once we submit it, it should now check with the password using PHP. So then we go to our PHP form or PHP code. So we try to open our PHP here. So this is how we use PHP in our code. Then we try to create a password variable, then set it to is post, then the variable is password. Next is we just need to put the if else statement. So we need to put the is password equal to anything that that you want. So for example, I want to check if the password is equal to 1234. So if it is correct, or if the user inputted the 1234 as password, so it should echo password correct, access granted. Okay, otherwise it should display as echo password incorrect, access denied. meaning you cannot access that page because the password that the user input is not correct. So we have the form here. Then after the form is submitted, it should go here. Then it will check if the password equal to 1234, and if it is into 1234, it should display as password correct, access granted. Otherwise, it will display as password incorrect and access denied. So once we run this code in our web browser, so we try to run this code. Okay, so once we try to put 123, so the password should be incorrect and access denied. So you can see it here. Then once we put it again as 1234, so we'll try to put 1234 here. So it should display as password correct and access is granted. So that's how that is the way that on how to create a program which is the password checker. So this is the complete code. We have the HTML code, the form, and the PHP. So the PHP verifies the inputted password. So basically the PHP is just a back inside. So it will next time when you use PHP, basically PHP connects you to MySQL or to database. So for now you will just use this one, and we just put 123 for us our test password. But in the future, you will use MySQL, or you need to connect to your database and get the data from the users to check if they have the existing account or they have the existing data. So once they have the existing data, either way it will display as password correct or password incorrect, and they will grant access according to how you code for your login form. So maybe that's all for our tutorial. I hope you learned something in our password checker activity program.